It's currently the middle of the night. I can't sleep, so let's talk about softboxes. What's up, my dude? Your friendly neighborhood Tony here. And yeah, okay, I know I'm a 30-something-year-old man wearing a Naruto shirt, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about is softboxes. Now, if you've done anything with video or YouTube or photography even, you know that one of the most important things when it comes to getting the best possible image quality, well, it comes down to lighting. And I've been messing around on YouTube for a little bit now and been trying different lighting setups, whether it's LED panels, natural light coming in from a window, parabolic soft boxes, lanterns, lights with grids on them. I think I've tried pretty much all of it. And what I want to do with this video is to help you and also to kind of help myself figure out what the best lighting setup is, at least for a key light. Of course, there are other lights that you can put on in the background and kicker lights and backlights and rim lights and all these other kind of lights. But the most important one is the main light that you're going to be having in front of you on camera. So what you're looking at me here through now is a pretty typical octagonal parabolic softbox. And you can kind of see how that light falls on me and falls on the background as well. This one here, I think, is about 35 inches across. It's made by Newer, which is a great company for more budget camera gear and accessories and lighting and all that kind of stuff. And what we're going to do in a bit is I'm going to switch this over to the grid system. So it's going to have the same softbox, but with a grid in front of it. And then finally, I'll swap over to my lantern so you can kind of see the difference between the three. Now, one thing I do want to mention before we get on to the rest of that is that these different softboxes can range in price tremendously. You can get a super cheap, probably poorly made and poor light quality one, or you can get one that's crazy expensive, way more so than it needs to be. But there's a sweet spot in there where you can find a softbox or a lantern or what have you that has really good quality and doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And I think that's where I've landed with these Newer lights. So I'm going to go ahead and link to the ones that I use in the description box below. From all the research I've done, these are definitely the best bang for your buck lights that you can get right now. So go ahead and check those links in the description. I know the lantern that I just picked up was on heavy discount, so you definitely want to check that out sooner than later because I don't know how long that price is going to stay as low as it is. But yeah, I just want to kind of give you that disclaimer and let you know, don't waste your money on some crazy expensive soft boxes, but at the same time, don't buy one that's super cheap because it might not be good quality. All right, so like I said, right now you're looking at me being lit by this 35-inch Newer softbox. It doesn't have a grid on it, and what you're probably noticing right now is that there's a soft light hitting my face. So if I was using something like an LED panel, you would definitely see more shadows on my face. It would be more harsh, but this should hopefully make me look a little bit better than something like an LED panel would. Now, again, it is the middle of the night, so I'm not looking maybe as good as I could just because of that. But overall, this is a pretty flattering light, I think. Now, where the big differences are going to come into play between this and this with a grid on it or the lantern softbox is how much of the light hits me versus how much hits my background. And this is kind of the in-between of the two other options. So with this, you should be getting a fair bit of light hitting me, of course, and a bit, but not an extreme amount falling onto the background. So you'll notice that the background is maybe a little bit darker than it would appear with something like a lantern. And we'll switch over to that in just a minute so you can see what I mean. But overall, I think this is a pretty good option for someone who's maybe just a single shooter, just one person on camera, or if you're trying to go for the kind of situation where the background is a little bit darker. I know sometimes for me, I like to use an RGB LED panel just on the background, or I like to turn on this lamp over here so that you can kind of see a different color in the background. And so with that, it helps to have something that isn't illuminating the entire room. So this is the 35-inch Newer softbox. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to using the grid on it as well. Now, the one that I bought, which I'll link in the description, came with a grid. A lot of times that's something you have to buy separately, and then you have to make sure that you get the right one that fits the softbox that you have. But what I've got here was a pretty good deal on the softbox that came with the grid. So let's throw that on right now so that we can kind of see what that looks like by comparison. All right, and here we are. This is, again, the same exact softbox, except this time with the grid in place. So I'll put in some B-roll so you can see what I mean by that. Now, a couple of things that I want to mention about this and the difference between having it set up without the grid at all. One, what you might notice, and the real reason that a lot of times people like to use something like this grid, is that now the light should be much more focused specifically on me and less on the background. So with the last light, you may have seen the back lit up a little bit more, but here it should just be me, and the light should really fall off as it hits the back, or as it hits really anything other than me. So this kind of system, this kind of setup would be something pretty good to use, again, if you're just a single person who's on screen and maybe you want kind of a more moody, dark image. Now, one thing to keep in mind that I had to do when I put this grid on is I did have to increase the light output. Now, what I use is an Amaran 60D, which is a great budget light for a kind of like single shooter YouTube setup. Normally with the regular Octagon, I have that I think around 20%, somewhere between 15 and 20%. And now that I've put the grid on, I had to bump that up to about 25 to 30%. So still totally fine for something like the 60D that I use. You don't need some crazy powerful light. I know a lot of people like to go and spend hundreds of dollars on these really expensive lights, but a 60D is totally fine. In fact, like I said, I'm using, I think 25% right now, and it's more than enough. So I'll link to that light as well in the description box below, so that way you know which one I'm talking about. But overall, I really like the grid look. I think that, yes, it's definitely for more of that dark, moody, maybe a little more mysterious or maybe more serious image that you're trying to get. So if I was trying to express something to you that was a little more intense or mature, I guess, I would probably want to use something like this. But yeah, this is the Softbox with the grid. Let me know what you think about it. Do you prefer this over the Softbox without the grid? But for now, let's go ahead and switch over to the lantern, which will be the last thing that we look at. And there should be a big difference, I think, between this current setup and the lantern. So we'll swap over to that right now. All right, and here we are with the lantern Softbox. Now, this is totally different than the prior two options that we had set up. For one, I want to let you know that this lantern Softbox, I think, is around 25, 26 inches in diameter. So it's definitely a fair bit smaller than the Softbox that I had set up before. But despite that, I didn't have to increase the light at all, really. It's the exact same amount of light coming out of the Amaran 60D that I have set up here, except this time it's coming through the lantern. So a couple of things that you're going to notice here. I think, first off, like I mentioned, the light that I have to actually pump into this thing is no more, despite the fact that it is much smaller. And because it's much smaller, it's a lot easier to kind of pack down and move around. It doesn't take up as much space. Also, one of the things I really like about this particular lantern is that when you do want to break it down, it kind of folds in on itself. I'll try to put in some footage so you can see what I mean by that. But it's super easy to break down and set up and move around and all that. Another thing that you might notice is that not only am I being lit pretty well by this really small setup, but the entire room is really lit up. I mean, I can see it looking off camera this way, but you can probably see it just by looking at the background here. It's much brighter just overall, despite the fact that this is a much smaller thing to use. But it might not be what you want for your particular videos. Again, if you're going for that brighter image, if you're going for that more presentable, energetic, entertaining, I don't know, youthful kind of thing in your videos, then something like a lantern might work. But if you're going for that darker, serious, more moody look, then you definitely don't want to go with something like a lantern. So overall, though, I think I really like it. Like I said, one, it's much smaller. It's easier to pack down. I like having the room kind of lit up a bit more, and I can still turn on some of these backlights. Here, let me do that real quick. Yeah, you see, I can still turn on these backlights, and it's not going to be completely washed out, despite the fact that the lantern is pumping a lot of light into the room. So overall, I personally like this look. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. I mean, there is no right or wrong answer. It just really comes down to a matter of taste and preference. For me, I'm going to hold on to both of these setups because, you know, if I want to do something a little darker and moodier, then I'll switch over to the Softbox, maybe even with the grid. But for my kind of day-to-day videos, or if I'm live streaming or anything like that, I think I'm going to keep this lantern going. Either way, I hope that this video helped you get a better idea as to the differences between these kind of setups. As I said before, I'm going to link to both of them in the description box below. I was able to find them both really for a pretty solid deal. And the Softbox itself I've had for a long time. The lantern I just picked up recently, but the Softbox has not failed me. And I think this lantern is going to be I mean, pretty much of the same kind of level of quality, if not better. So both definitely get my recommendation. Also, if you use the links in the description box, it does help out the channel. So if you do that, I appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions at all about either of these. I'm more than happy to answer whatever questions you have. Otherwise, I'll see you next time in the Spare Tech Room. Be good.